All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for us getting started a little tardy there. We normally do uh, introductions for the first few minutes, but I needed just a few extra moments there. So thank you, Queen, for assisting us. Okay, so on tonight's webinar, obviously the webinar is this is generic. Our Thursday night webinars are generic, and I would have you to go on and just make Thursday night a permanent part of your business schedule to attend these generic marketing webinars. These webinars are all designed to assist you in getting more leads, getting more sales, getting more recruits for whatever it is that you are promoting. Okay, and so let's cover what our objective is. We are going to reveal to you the number one sales algorithm that's going to assist you in generating more leads, more sales, more recruits, and bottom line, more money for your business. Now, we tend to specialize working with those that are in the network marketing niche, or the MLM niche, and also those that are in affiliate marketing where you can build a team of affiliates. What we've seen over the past few years are some models that basically are a hybrid of affiliate and MLM. Now, what the difference between the two is that in MLM or network marketing, in many cases, there could be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people getting paid when a product or a service is sold, when someone has their auto ship or their monthly subscription or what have you. Whereas in the affiliate world, excuse me for coughing in your ear, in the affiliate world, typically there's only been one, maybe two people getting paid for that particular transaction. So what you tend to have in the affiliate world is a higher commission at the point of sale. So someone buys ABC product from you, ABC service from you as an affiliate, and you tend to get a higher commission, maybe like a 40% or 50% commission at the point of that sale. Whereas with MLM or network marketing, you bring on John, Mary, Susan, they get the auto ship, the monthly subscription. You as the person that brought them aboard might get, maybe like a 20% fast start, all right? But the other 30, 40% that's paid out to the field is paid out amongst a number of different positions. So you have the advantage of leverage with MLM, network marketing, okay? The disadvantage is you don't get as big of a bang on your personal sales. Whereas with affiliate marketing, you've got the bigger upfront sales, but you don't necessarily have the leverage. So what has happened over the past few years, we've started to see models that may pay, let's say, like 2 tiers, or they have a hybrid type model where you can have leverage, but you can also get a bigger point of sale commission. So that's who we tend to attract, because we've been in the MLM business for 20 plus years, okay? We also want to show you, or at least direct you to where you can get the information about a believable path for you potentially generating a 6 or a 7-figure business. Here's the key: even if no one ever buys your primary product or joins your primary opportunity. Now listen, it sounds like I'm talking out of two sides of my mouth. Raymond, I promise you I'm not, okay? I want to help you, we want to help you, Lisa, get more leads, more sales, more recruits into your business. But we also understand that, Jack, because of the law of averages, the majority of people, even if you were close, if you were the top marketer in the world, all right, you've got great value that you bring to your prospects. You've got them opting into some type of lead capture mechanism, whether it's email or whether it's text. You are sending out valuable content to them on a consistent basis, so that ultimately those that are in your list start to like, respect, and trust you. Even if you do all of that, Theodore, the percentages say that the overwhelming majority of people that opt in, that land on your page, that see your offer, that come to the webinar, that watch the sales video, however you're presenting your offer, the overwhelming majority of those folks are still, Richard, not going to buy. The overwhelming majority of those folks are still not going to join. All right, so why even do all this stuff? Well, because we understand the law of averages are employed the law of averages take effect when you employ the law of large numbers, okay? So if you employ the law of large numbers, the law of averages take effect, and you're going to get a percentage of folks that's ultimately going to join you. You're going to get a percentage of folks that's going to ultimately buy from you. But even if no one joins, or a very small percentage of people join or buy, how about being able to monetize a decent percentage of those, Lynn, that don't buy from you? How about, Rick, being able to monetize a percentage of folks that don't join you? All right, and so we'll lightly touch on that tonight. You'll get a chance to get more information about how you could potentially, maybe perhaps all of my disclaimers, develop a 6 or 7 figure business, even if no one ever buys your primary product or joins your primary opportunity. Now, our ultimate objective for you is to assist you in building a long-term sustainable business. A long-term sustainable business. Now, here's what you need to understand, all right? And I'm hoping that maybe you're jotting down some notes. We are recording this so that you can watch this to get, to hear it again, all right? Most people are under the illusion that their business is whatever it is that they're offering. Okay, whatever the network marketing company happens to be, whatever the offer, all right? Offer being whatever it is you want people to buy from you or you want people to join you in, okay? That's not your business. That's merely an extension of your business. A long-term sustainable business is you and your following, okay? You and your following. And so we want to assist you in building you and then building your following. That's your long-term sustainable business, so that ultimately you've got multiple streams of income. You're not beholden. You're not at the mercy of a network marketing company. I know what it's like to make $20,000 a month or more, and then the next month the money's not there because something out of my control happened. That has happened to me, ladies and gentlemen. 4 times. 4 times. I make 20 grand this month or plus, maybe even more. And then the next month the money's not there because something outside of my control happened. So we want you to build a long-term sustainable business. Your offer is merely an extension, a part of your business, but it's not your business because you don't control the network marketing company. You don't control the decisions that they make. Now, we want to leverage these companies because in many cases, these companies have invested millions, or some investors have invested millions or tens of millions of dollars in the websites and the products and the services. And, all we really have to do is go out and market. We don't have to worry about delivering the product, delivering the service. And I've been a part owner of a network marketing company, and boy, that's a totally different thing, and I'll never do that again. Okay, I much prefer to simply do what we do now, which is to teach and to train and to market and what have you. All right, so we want you to have long-term sustainable business with multiple streams of income across multiple niches, so you ultimately have the financial and the time freedom to hotly pursue the passions of your heart. Okay, so let's talk about mistakes that marketers are making. We did a webinar last week. We put some marketers on the hot seat, and so this is an extension of what we did last week, but I really want to hone in on one major mistake, what I believe now to be the biggest mistake that most marketers are making in their marketing, okay? All right, so let's go to work. Now, you're going to see a few offers on the screen. I am not promoting these offers. I'm not endorsing these offers. I'm not telling you to do these offers, not to do these offers. This is simply for example's sake, okay? All right, so someone sends me some information about a company that is in pre-launch, all right? And so this is what is sent to me, sign up for free. We've made it possible. Now, immediately we know, and this is going to be a huge mistake, immediately we know what niche this person is in. So somebody real quickly in your questions box, what niche, the person who sent this to me, what niche are they in the network marketing space? What niche? Just put it in your questions box. I want to make sure that we're awake out there. We're alert. Okay, someone said selling gold. Someone said coins. Someone said Bitcoin. Okay, all right. So immediately we know that this person, whoever's promoting this, is in what's referred to as the cryptocurrency niche. If you're familiar with Bitcoin, let me ask you this. If you are not that familiar with Bitcoin, maybe you've heard about it, but you really don't know what it is, put an N in your questions box. An N for no. I heard about it, but I don't really know what it is. Okay? All right, so I'm getting a lot of no's. All right? I'm getting a lot of no's, a lot of N's here. Okay, so what does this tell me? All right, so the person that's promoting this offer, when they come to the marketplace, okay, maybe they promoted it. I think someone sent me an email on this, all right, or maybe a Facebook or what have you, all right. So, hey, pre-launch, you're going to make all this money, all the pre-launch, hype stuff that you normally hear in network marketing. And so if they sent this to Floyd, or they sent it to Larry, or they sent it to Clara, or they sent it to Tanya, or they sent it to Jim, these are just some of the folks that said, I don't really know what Bitcoin is. That's kind of outside of my scope right now. Maybe I've heard of it, but I don't know what the heck it is. So if you were prospecting Tim or Floyd or Fred or Larry or Clara or Tanya or Jim or Bill, and there's quite a few more that put in there, guess what? You've already lost them. You've already lost them because they don't even know what cryptocurrency is. I wouldn't have known what that was a couple of years ago. But let's say that you were prospecting and this was the page you were leading in with, all right? This is the offer page that the company has prepared for you, and you lead in with that. I want you to notice, someone tell me, what do you notice? What do you know? Do we know the name of this offer? And if so, tell me where you see it. What's the name of the offer? What's the name of the offer? Does anybody see that? The name of the offer. Put it in your questions box. Again, I want to make this very interactive. Someone, there we go. Right here. Right here. Someone says, I wonder if that's the name of the offer, this Quantumia thing. Now, I'm not promoting this company. I'm not endorsing this company. All right. I want to show you mistakes that marketers are making so that you don't make this mistake. Okay. So here's a big mistake that this marketer is making. All right. And there's actually several. We'll cover a number of mistakes that they're making, but we'll really highlight one of those. All right. So let me show you what often happens in the marketplace. When you go to Facebook, for instance, and you post the link to go to your offer page. Notice there's no lead capture, anything here for you to capture the lead. There's nothing here that really allows you to bring value to your prospect. This is just someone promoting the company or the company's page, and you see the name of the company right here. So what do you think some people will do when they see the name of the company, the name of the offer? What are some people going to do before they join you, before they sign up with you? What do you think, in your questions box, what do you think some people might perhaps do once they see the name of the offer? Put it in your questions box. There you go, Robert. There you go. They might YouTube it. They might YouTube it. So now, how difficult is it for them to now go to YouTube and type in Quantumia? And let me show you what you would have if you did that, okay? So you go to YouTube, you type in Quantumia, and all of a sudden, you're now, let's say that this was your offer. You are promoting Quantumia, okay? I'm not promoting it. I'm not endorsing it. I'm giving you this for example, okay? So I'm not here to say it's good or it's not good or what have you. I just want you to see mistakes that most marketers make so you don't make the same mistake. Okay, so now someone goes to YouTube and they type in Quantumia. And now, guess what happens? You are in competition. Though you're in the same company, let's assume you're in Quantumia for the purposes of this example, okay? You're in competition with Sean Logan. because before you've provided value, you've already mentioned the name of your offer. You're in competition with Captain Kip 21, who, by the way, Sean Logan has 6,087 views to his website, or I'm sorry, to his video. He's in the top position for this keyword, Cornemia. If you're not on YouTube at all, if you're not a YouTuber, if you're not posting YouTube content, how do you compete against Sean Logan when he's got the #1 position right now? And if you know how to load a YouTube video up, and you load a YouTube video up, but you don't know much about SEO, search engine optimization, to get that video on the front page, or you're not yet doing any type of paid YouTube advertising, that's a way to, by the way, to get on the front page is to pay to get there, okay, to have an ad there. But if you're not doing that yet, you don't know how to do that yet, or you don't have the marketing budget to do that yet, how the heck do you compete when a percentage of your prospects, when you Facebook folks and you email folks, and there's the offer sitting there, biggest day, the name of the offer right there, and then people go to YouTube? How do you compete against Captain Kip, who's got 1,500 views? And see, the thing is, the fact that Sean already has quite a few views, a few thousand, and if he's getting some comments on his YouTube video, and maybe he's done some stuff called backlinks that help to rank his YouTube videos, this YouTube video may stay on the home page for months to come. How do you compete against that if the very first thing you're doing in promoting your business is you're naming the offer? Don't name the offer up front. It's premature. Don't name the offer up front. Here's some more. All right, so this dude here, and look, they're putting in their links. They're saying, hey, join me. Go to this site here. When we go back to Sean right here, he's saying he's got a call to action, join, and he's got his link there. Okay, now we come over to Rinku. All right, hopefully I'm saying that right. Okay, how are you going to compete? He's got 5,677 views. Here's Paul with 2,100 views. Here is Azam, excuse me. All right, with 7,200 views. Okay, so I'm hoping you're seeing one of the major mistakes, I believe to be the biggest mistake that marketers are making, is they're leading in with their offer. Now, we'll talk about why we want to go a different route. Okay, so let's give you another example. All right, so another marketer sends me information about their offer called Skinny Body Care. And when I first saw this, pretty looking site, got a nice quick video. And when I first saw this, I saw a lead capture page. So I'm thinking, well, even though I don't like the fact that they're leading in and they're telling the name of the offer up front, because why? Because people can go and Google, people can go and YouTube it, so on and so forth. But I do like the fact that there's at least a lead capture page. All right. So for this particular marketer, I was doing a little consulting with him, and I told him to send me what they would normally send, a prospect or what have you. And so I went on and I opted in. Okay. So when I opted in, I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be great. At least the marketer is getting my data, and they're able to communicate with me to bring me value. I don't like the fact that the name of the offer is up front. Why? Because it's too easy for people to go to Google. It's too easy for people to go to YouTube. All right. I would have preferred if this had a video and maybe it talked a little bit about the product or service, but it didn't go into names, and it certainly didn't have the name of the company. All right, and then people were able to opt in and get more information. All right, so now I opted in, and I wanted to get a sense for this marketer what their system or what their autoresponder was starting to send. All right, and what was very interesting is that the email didn't come from the marketer. The email, when I opted in, came from the company. So then my question was, well, who just got that lead? So I went back, I connected with this person on Facebook, and I went back to them and I said, hey, listen, I just opted in. When I opted in, I got an email from the company, but not from you. Who controls that lead? Who owns that lead? The marketer said, well, I can see that you opted in. Okay, that's good. But now, if you wanted to send an email to me, if you wanted to invite me to a webinar tonight to provide some value, if you want to, let's say that while you're promoting skinny body care, you want to promote something else in another niche. All right, can you send me an email? Can you send me communication based on the fact that I just opted in about something that's totally unrelated to skinny body care? And the answer to that question was a resounding no. So now, understand that your business is not your offer. Your business is you and your following. So guess what the company is doing here? The company is growing its following, but not this marketer. Because this marketer, when I opted in, I am not in an autoresponder or a capture system of the actual marketer, where that marketer could now send me some other content to bring value to me, or that marketer could send me another offer. Maybe that marketer came across a tool or a resource that would help me to build my business, whatever my business happens to be. They couldn't even communicate that with me unless they got me to opt into something else, or they do the non-professional approach of sending out a blind carbon copy. If you've ever seen someone sending you something and it's got some type of promotional links in there, and then you see in the from and to the to, it's got you, and then it says BCC. That means blind carbon copy. That marketer sent that out to other marketers. But it's an unprofessional way of communicating with your list. You want to have a list that you own, that you control. It can have some automated messages. We would prefer that it already has an automated series of messages, but you need to be able to communicate with that lead on your terms. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't get my phone to shut up. Can you shut up? There we go. Okay. All right. So once again, we see this all the time. We see this probably 90% or more of the time, where people are marketing their offer wrong. Okay. All right. So let me stop for just a moment. Thanks, Jeff. All right, let me stop for just a moment. So far, how many of you are getting value? Now, we're going to give you the remedy in a few moments, but I need you to understand where many marketers are screwing up, all right, where many marketers are messing up, so that you're not one of the marketers that's messing up, okay? If you're seeing value, put a V in your questions box for value, okay? If we're bringing some goods here, put a good, okay? All right. All right, so now we can do the same thing here with skinny body care. All right, and again, I'm not promoting skinny body care. This is not an endorsement of skinny body care. It's interesting. So when you go to YouTube, here's a buddy of mine, all right, Trent. One of the things that Trent does a lot of is he does a lot of review type videos. All right, so what happens is there's something that's hot out there. Trent does this. I know a gentleman by the name of Jesse does this. I know a buddy of mine named Aaron does this. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll either be on YouTube or Google or both, and they'll do a review. And the review goes something like this. It talks about the company, it talks about the product, talks about a little bit about the compensation plan. And then in many cases they say, based on my review, the average person is going to struggle because of the compensation plan, or because they can't recruit, or what have you. If you want to find out what I suggest as a legitimate business, then hop over here. And then they send you to a blog or what have you. Trent is masterful at that. And I believe in his primary business. Jeff, you know Trent. You have any idea roughly how many he's personally sponsored? Just a rough idea, Jeff, in his primary business? I know it's into the hundreds. It's into the hundreds with that. I know it's into the hundreds, okay? There's a buddy of mine that does that. He probably has over 1,000 personally sponsored in his primary business. And what he'll do is he'll position himself on YouTube. He knows about SEO and what have you, and he can normally get on the front page. He positions himself in front of something that is getting some traction, in front of something that's hot, okay? And he does a little review, but in almost all the cases, he's not a part of that company, and the review he's doing, all right, he's then sending you back to something else. And I know he's personally enrolled over 1,000 people in his primary business. Now, here's my point. When you lead in with your offer, you lead in with the name of your offer, you are at risk that your prospect will go to YouTube or go to Google. And in this case, they may find Trent and may not even join your business. Join Trent in whatever Trent's doing. Or in this case, they maybe Edward resonates with them. Or maybe Saul here resonates with them. Or maybe Nate resonates with them. And they wind up joining Nate instead of joining you. And how do I know that works? Because when I promote a network marketing offer, one of the first things I do is I get busy posting YouTube videos. Years ago, my very dear buddy, marketing buddy, Jeff, he and I, we've done business together for years. Sometimes he would be on my team in an offer. Sometimes I'd be on his team in an offer. And we were in transition. This was during the time that the revenue sharing models were basically coming to an end. Zeek Rewards coming to an end. GoFund Places, JubyRev. There were a few other companies that tried to mimic Zeek and tried to, give us that high that we had with Zeek. For some of you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm sorry that I just opened up some old wounds for you. Some of you don't know what that is, and that's okay. All right. And so Jeff hits me, and he's talking to me about e-commerce. I had never thought about anything about eBay or Amazon or anything like that. And he told me that there was this company that was going to be launching, that it was going to be a training platform so people could learn how to get into the e-commerce business. And hey, they didn't have to recruit anybody necessarily. They didn't have to do any of that, the normal network marketing stuff. If they just learned from this training, they could build an e-commerce business that had nothing to do with having to recruit folks. And I remember this was in, I think, July of 2013 or something like that, or maybe 2012. I think it was 2013, okay? I remember I got to 2013, okay? I remember, Queen, I got Jeff knew the owners, got the information to me. I was able to get like a pre-launch type of training, and I posted an ironclad skillet on eBay. I didn't do a webinar about it. I didn't send anything out to my list about it. And that thing sold in like 4 days. And I was like, oh my gosh, this e-commerce stuff works. So I found out the name of the company. I knew they were going to launch. I think it was going to be like in August or September of 2013. I go to YouTube. There's no YouTube videos at all about the company because nobody really knows about it. Just a small handful. It was really started off as a project. And so guess what happened? I went and I started cutting video after video after video. The first few days of the company's pre-launch, I was the only one that had any videos. The first week of the company's launch, every video that was on the front page, I think every video, I could be wrong about that. I think every video on the front page was either mine or someone that was on my team. So I go to my list, because I have a decent sized email list. I go to my list. I send out correspondence about this new offer. I get quite a few folks that join with me, probably 100, 150 or so just from my list. This is why I say that your business is not your offer. It's you and your following. You want to have a responsive list. All right, so I get 100, 150 or so to join me right off the bat. And then, of course, some of those people had their own following and what have you. So immediately we've got a few hundred people that join us. But then I noticed that over the next few months, I added about another 150 or so people that joined me. And this was before I did any paid marketing. I didn't do anything extra. All right, I wasn't doing anything on Facebook or what have you. Where did those folks come from? They came from YouTube, because I was positioned on YouTube. So here's the problem. If you were a part of my team and you sent somebody a link promoting that particular offer, all right, and maybe they don't really know you that well, you know, your Facebook friends, but you're not really friends, you don't really have that much of a relationship, okay, and you posted the name of the offer, and they then went to YouTube, and then they found my videos, and they like how I present and what have you. And on my videos, I would say, hey, join me, join me, join me. Here's what I could do if you join me. Guess what happened? A lot of my Joe and Susie averages, actually, they were in competition with me. Now, I'm not saying I'm all that great. What I'm saying is, if I had quite a bit of videos on YouTube and you did not, there's a good chance that you could have lost a recruit or 2 or 3 or 17 to someone who's decently skilled at promoting on YouTube. Just a few months ago, I'm promoting a specific offer. Now, obviously, this whole idea of, listen, don't lead in with your offer. If you're doing YouTube videos, yeah, you're talking about the offer, okay? I'm talking about when you are sending an email to someone for them to check things out. Don't list the name of the offer up front. I'm talking about when you are posting something on Facebook. Don't mention the name of the offer up front. It's premature. You want to bring them some value first, so that now when they do find out about the name of the offer, they're finding out about it from someone who's brought them some value, and they're more likely now, if they're going to join, if they're going to buy, to come back to you because you've been providing some value to them. So once again, here's this offer I'm promoting, and I go to my list first, as I always do. All right, we get, you know, well over 100, 150, maybe a couple hundred folks that join me just from my list, and all of a sudden, you know, we look up, we've got a few thousand folks. This was a pre-launch opportunity that were on our team, and then once again, I hadn't done any paid marketing yet, and I'm a paid marketing guy. I just loaded up YouTube. I wound up with over 60 videos on YouTube for that particular offer. I forget how many subscribers I had to the videos, but I wound up having, from all organic, all right, no paid anything, I wound up having well over 100,000+ video views. And then I noticed, after I had gone to my list and the people that were going to join me from my list had already joined me, over the next 2 or 3 months, my personal enrollment tree had more than doubled. So I recruited well over 150 people, primarily. You know, some of them came from my initial list, but 150 some people came because they stumbled across my videos. And in my video, I provided value, and I had a link, and people went to the link and they joined. So when you lead in with the name of your offer up front, you are at risk, especially if you're not the YouTube dude or the YouTube dudette, especially if you're not getting them to opt into some type of capture page, whether it's email or whether it's SMS text, especially if you do get them to opt in, but then you don't have anything that you're constantly sending to your list that brings value to them so that they start to like, respect, and trust you. All right, so let me show you another one. So a buddy of mine, this gentleman and I go back more than a decade. All right, so we're talking a little bit on Facebook. I say, hey, show me what you're promoting. I want to get a sense of what you're promoting, and more importantly, how you're promoting it. And he sends me this lead capture page. And I thought, man, great for you. At least you have a lead capture page. Now, I'll be honest with you. When you have there's a couple things I would highlight if he happens to be here about this lead capture page that I don't like, okay? Number one, I don't like this online all by itself, all right? I would like, that just looks a little messy. Number two, one thing you've got to be aware of when you are capturing emails, that the less information you provide on front, the more the risk is that you're going to get people putting in bad data. So it's kind of a catch-22 when you deal with email. If you have a video there and what have you, you might not get as many people to opt in, but you'll tend to get people that opt in with more data because they have a little more information as to what they're opting into. Okay? When you have a capture page like this that really doesn't give you a lot of information up front, what you run the risk of is people putting in an email address, but it's either a fake email address like abc@def.com, or it's an email address that's not their primary email address. All right, I can tell you that when I'm opting into something like this, I'm not going to use my primary email address. All right, because I don't want to get, I get enough emails in my primary email box as it is. All right, so I've got an email address that I use just to opt into stuff, and then if I like what I see after I opt in, then I'll maybe consider going back and re-opting in with real data. And so understand that that's happening a lot. All right. So if you're doing paid marketing, for instance, if you're doing a solo ad or what have you, and the solo ad provider is saying, hey, we get 30% opt-ins or 40% opt-ins, meaning you got 500 folks going to your site and 40% opted in, you got 200 people that opted in. Well, the reality is those 200 email addresses are probably not all authentic. I don't know what the percentage of inauthentic emails would be. But in any event, I was proud of him because at least he wasn't leading in with the offer. I didn't see the name of the offer right away. He's got a lead capture page. All right, so I opted in. Now, here's the thing that was interesting when I opted in. When I opted in, there was this video, okay? The buddy that sent this to me, his name is Everett. There's this video that starts playing, and the dude that's talking about the offer, okay? And the dude who talked about the offer said some really good stuff. I mean, he brought some value. But here's the problem. You tell me, what's the problem? If you were promoting this offer and someone opts in, what do you see as the problem with this video? You got it, Fred. You got it, Jim. Now, I blanked out his name. His name was right there. He's talking about his social media account. And I think this was an Instagram account. All right. Oh, I meant to jot that one out. How difficult would it be? I mean, if this is the guy that is bringing the value, by the way, you want to understand why I don't mention my name when we do live webinars, why I don't mention my name when we're doing training videos? Because I want our folks to be able to use those videos as value to their audience without their audience then tracking me down. If I mention my name, there's some people who are going to go on Facebook, track me down and say, hey, give me your link. Because not everybody knows the rules of engagement when it comes to network marketing. There used to be a time, particularly when we did stuff offline and we did the home meetings and we did the restaurant meetings and what have you. There used to be a time that whoever introduced you to the deal, whoever got you to the meeting, when you joined, you were going to join with them. That's not the case anymore with the internet. What often happens is people find out about the offer, and if they were intrigued by a video or intrigued by something you said in your email or something that you posted in Skype or something that you posted in Facebook, they don't have the same allegiance that we used to have. And now they go over to YouTube. Now they go over to Google, and you wind up competing against the top leaders in the deal that you're promoting. So not only are you at competition with other network marketers and other companies and other niches, you now start competing against the top leaders in your own deal. So how difficult would it be to go and look this dude up on his Instagram account, if you have Instagram, or Facebook, or what have you, and say, hey, this is the dude that's bringing the value. I think if I join him, maybe I'll get something that I won't get from Everett. Are you seeing mistakes that marketers are making? Okay. All right, so here's some top marketing mistakes, and I'm going to hone in on one. People sending folks directly to the offer page, not capturing the lead. Not capturing the lead that you own and control. One thing I want you to be wary of is if your network marketing company has some type of marketing system and people can opt in, the question you need to be asking yourself is, who gets that lead? Who controls that lead? Who can communicate at will to that lead? If you can't communicate at will to that lead, I'm not saying don't promote the business. I'm saying you got to come up with some type of lead capture mechanism that you're, when I say you don't own you own the list, you don't own the service that allows you to have the list. All right. So you're basically renting out or you're leasing the service. So for instance, for 13 years, I've had my AWeber autoresponder. I've been leasing every single month, I pay for mine annually. All right, but whether it's monthly or it's annually, I've got my AWeber bill. And as long as I pay my bill, then I get to build my email list. And then I get to communicate to that email list at will as often as I'd like to about whatever it is I'd like to communicate with that list about. So think this through. Now, I've been using that for 13 years. Do you think I've had more than one offer in the last 13 years? Sure. Do you think I've had an offer that was going well today and then it died out tomorrow and I had to go back and punt and now started promoting something else? Yes. So you want to be able to communicate with this list. And sometimes it's not a matter of you stop promoting something on the left. It's the fact that you came up with another promotional offer on the right because you're not just a marketer now. You're looking at your business as being an entrepreneur because you're understanding that your business is not your offer. It's you and your following. Sending people directly to YouTube, that's a huge mistake, all right? And here's the one I wanted to make sure that we really covered tonight. Leading in with your specific offer. All right, leading in with your specific offer. So why, whoops, what happened? Ooh, I don't know what that was. Why is that a problem? Okay, when you lead in with your specific offer, you immediately reduce this vast sea of potential prospects into a small pond. You start fishing from a small pond. So for instance, the first offer we showed, not promoting it, not endorsing it, just an example, was an offer that dealt with cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin-like currencies, digital currencies. Okay, so many of you said, I don't even know what the heck that is. So immediately, by leading off with that offer, the person leading off with that offer greatly reduced this vast sea of potential prospects. Who are our prospects in our various businesses? They are folks, we want our target market to be opportunity buyers. People that have already bought into network marketing or affiliate marketing. And in many cases, those people are already promoting some type of network marketing enterprise, some type of MLM enterprise, or what have you. But we don't have to get into this conversation with them about why our model, because it pays, unlimited depth because it's a binary, or it pays to 10 levels or 12 levels or whatever the deal happens to be. We don't have to get into this conversation about, is this one of them there pyramids and, you're at the top and all that. We don't want to get into that crap. You don't have time for that. What you want your target market to be are folks that have already bought into this industry. I love my Aunt Barbara. I love my Aunt Jan. But neither one of them have an entrepreneurial bone in their body. In times past, what we would do offline, we did the memory jogger. We wrote down everybody you could think of. All right, you wrote down your aunts and your uncles and your brothers and your sisters and your cousins and the people you work with and the people that you worship with and the people that you went to school with. And the reality was, if you did the 100 name memory jogger, which most people never did, if you did that, the majority of those 100 folks don't have an entrepreneurial bone in their body. Now, that has changed a little bit because the economy and people have lost jobs and what have you. So you've got more people coming online. But what you want is your target should be people that are already in our industry, okay? Well, here's the thing. When you lead in with the name of your offer up front, immediately you shrink this vast ocean of potential prospects into a little small pond. Only those interested in digital currencies. Only those interested in not just nutrition, if you're promoting a nutritional offer, but your specific type of nutrition. And so what happens, for instance, if you are promoting Amazon juice, fictitious name, it's a nutritional product, okay? And on Facebook, in Skype, on Instagram, LinkedIn, you encounter another marketer and they're promoting Siberian juice. You're promoting Amazon juice, they're promoting Siberian juice. Are you going to get them to join your Amazon juice company? Likely not right now. They're trying to get you to join their Siberian juice company, but you're committed to your Amazon juice company because maybe you've got a real great experience with Amazon juice. Maybe your blood pressure was a little high, and even though you can't go out and say, hey, it lowers the blood pressure, that's what's happened for you, and you've got an intimate a story with your product or with your service. Well, guess what? They may have an intimate story with their product or their service. So now you're in the same niche. How do you monetize that? You see how you're fishing from a small pool? Or what if you're in nutrition and I'm in cryptocurrencies? I promote my cryptocurrency offer to you, and you're like, what the heck is a cryptocurrency? Man, I love my juice. I love my weight loss product. When you lead in with your offer, you are immediately reducing your pool of prospects. Where you want to be is where you can fish in the sea. Well, you've got, and instead of leading in with your offer, with your network marketing offer, which immediately reduces your pool of prospects, you're able to lead in with something that virtually anyone that is marketing anything could find value in, so that you can start developing that relationship. You can get that opt-in and maybe even monetize that relationship, whether or not they even join your business. All right, so here's what happens when you lead in with your specific offer. Number one, as we just talked about, you immediately reduce your prospect pool to only those interested in your niche. And even that may not be good enough. So you're promoting weight loss. All right, we saw skinny body care, weight loss product, okay? All right, so you're promoting skinny body care. You're in the weight loss niche. Somebody that you could connect with in Facebook, they're also in the weight loss niche, but they're promoting Visalis, or they're promoting Isogenics. So even though they're in the weight loss niche, they're in another company in the weight loss niche. They're already in that company. They've already lost some weight. They maybe already have a team. But guess what? How are you going to be able to monetize that relationship? Let's take it one step further. How do you monetize a relationship with someone who's in your same company? If you're in skinny body care and they're in skinny body care, how do you monetize that relationship? They're already in the company. You're not going to cross-recruit them. You're not going to say, hey, why don't you get a position under me? If you did that, that would be, what's the word I'm looking for? That would not be a move of integrity. All right, that would really violate what our industry stands for, and that would really be kind of like the unpardonable sin. And I've had that happen to me. I mean, so I know how that feels. Offline, I remember I had a team in Virginia. I lived in North Carolina at the time, and one of the other top leaders in the company, unbeknownst to me, flew into my area and said, "Hey, guys, how about y'all get a position under me?" I mean, that's nasty. All right, so don't do stuff like that. But is there a legitimate way and a way in integrity that you could be in the same company with someone else, offer them value, they not leave their position, they not get a new position with you, and you still monetize that relationship? Yes, there's an answer to that. We'll share that when we talk about our remedy. Okay, what happens when you lead in with your specific offer? You expose your offer prematurely before bringing them value. That's what I mean by prematurely, before you've brought them any value. Remember this: people do business with people they like, respect, and trust. So you want to bring people value first. You want to bring people value first. One of the reasons we do these live webinars and record them and then send them out to our list. You are free to take any of these webinars. You're free to invite guests to these webinars. You're free to take the recordings that we send out and send them to your list to bring them value. That's why I don't mention my name. That's why we say, get back to the person that sent you this training. Connect with them, find out what they're doing, so on and so forth, okay? So when you lead in with your specific offer, you expose your offer prematurely before you've brought them value, and you put yourself potentially in competition with the top marketers in your company. Now, let's do a couple quick case studies, and then we'll bring you the remedy, okay? Let's do a couple quick case studies. Again, in your questions box, do me a favor and put in the name of the company that you are promoting. Put in the name of the company that you're promoting in your questions box. Now, I know some of you did this earlier, but okay. All right. So I see. All right. I'm starting to see some. So here's what I'm going to do. All right. All right. Someone said they're promoting Javita. Is that a healthy coffee offer? Okay. So give us just a moment. All right. So what you're going to have happen. All right, when you say, hey, check out my Javita business, you might have people that go straight to Google. Let's see. Here's somebody right here. All right, this got a Javita coffee review, scam or legitimate. Let's see what they're doing here. All right, so what they're doing is they've got a blog. They're doing a review. This person's name is Vince, Online Marketing with Vince. They talk about the product. Is it a scam or legit? You see what just happened? You see what they did? They did a review. They set up a review site to give you some information about Javita, all right, the person who's taking a look at Javita. And then they say, hey, P.S., learn how to make legit money here, all right? Let me see. Let me click on that real quickly. All right, so now what they're doing is they're taking the person away from Javita and they're saying, hey, take a look at Wealthy Affiliate. So by talking about your company up front, you just expose your potential prospect, or could expose your prospect if they go to Google. Now let's go real quickly to YouTube. Because these are the things that people are doing when they hear about particular companies, okay? All right, don't know who this, I don't know if this guy is a big leader in the company or not, but here you've got somebody talking about Javita. Here's somebody else is talking about Javita. Here's somebody else. All right, so you see what happens when you start to lead in with your company. This person, 7,000 views. This person, 7,300 views. All right, so this is why we want to stay away from leading in with our company. Let's look at a few more. Let's look at this one. I'm starting to see quite a bit. We'll go back to Google. A company called Vasayo. See, this is very interesting. Okay, so here's a company. I believe I've seen this company. They're in pre-launch. The owner of the company is a guy that was the owner of Monavie, and as often happens in network marketing, a lot of times what will happen is companies will do some fundraising. They'll get some venture capitalists or some private investors or what have you. My understanding was that he lost control of Monavie because he went out and he raised some money, and the controlling folks, the people that were in control because of whatever stock ownership or private equity ownership or what have you, they wanted things run a different way, and he basically resigned. Okay, well now he sat out for whatever his agreement was, 2 years, 3 years, or what have you, and so now he's starting back with a new offer and what have you. Okay, so now here's the challenge if you're promoting this already, is when someone goes to Google, there are a couple of people already, though they haven't made a dime yet with this company, that are doing paid marketing. They're doing cost per click marketing. All right, I'm not going to click on here because it would cost them money, but you already have marketers out there, and they're saying, hey, top global founding team, join the #1 global Power Lake team. And if they're marketing and paying for marketing before the company's even launched, before they've even made the first commission check, what do you think's going to happen if they start making some money? They're going to reinvest back into more paid marketing. How are you going to compete against that if you have no marketing budget? Then you come here and there's their Facebook. Well, guess what happens? I don't want to do this because, again, I don't want to expose my name, so nobody's looking at me on Facebook. But I can tell you how this works. If I were to go here and click onto their Facebook, I would be able to see, this is a fan. I did this earlier. Unfortunately, I don't think I took a picture of it. There's a fan page there. And on that fan page, it tells me the numbers of people that have liked that page, but more importantly, it tells me which of my Facebook friends have liked that page. So what if I go, let's say you sent me an email. I don't really know you. You sent me a Facebook. I don't really know you that well. You sent me a Skype. Hey, check this out. All right. I now go, I check it out. I'm intrigued. I go to Google. I see their Facebook. Let me see what they're saying. I go to Facebook, and now I can see my friends, my Facebook friends that have liked the page. And let's say that I see, there's a buddy of mine named Troy. I see Troy. And I say, well, shoot, if I'm going to join this, I'm going to join with my buddy Troy. We've done business before. You just lost me. You just lost me. So one of the biggest mistakes that marketers are making is they're leading in with the name of their offer, so people know what the niche is, and they already make prejudgments. I don't even know what cryptocurrencies. What the heck is a cryptocurrency? What's Bitcoin? Shoot, I'm gonna stay with what I know. I know a nutritional drink. I know a weight loss product. Or they see, okay, all right, John, Mary, Susan, they're in weight loss. They're with Visalis, but I'm with Skinny Body. Well, I'm not going to switch my allegiance to go from Skinny Body over to Visalis. And then you don't have a way to monetize that relationship, okay? All right, so let's start to talk about some remedies. Some remedies here. All right, so the remedy. How about we stop leading in with the name of our offer? I'm not telling you to stop promoting it, all right? Just don't lead in with it. Instead, how about you lead in with something that's generic that will allow you to appeal to the entire marketing universe, to fish from the vast ocean as opposed to fishing from a small pond. A tool or resource that would help marketers, no matter what they're promoting, get more leads, get more sales, get more recruits. Let's make sure that we are capturing the lead. Even with this tool or resource. You want to capture the lead so that you own and you control that lead. Yes, you'll pay for a lease so that it houses your leads, all right? But you own and you control that lead so that if you want to send them, now that you've got them in a lead, got them in your list, you can talk to them about anything you want to talk to them about. The remedy. Let's provide valuable content to your leads. I refer to this as BBM, or build, bond, then monetize. All right. In most cases, you don't go straight from, hey, here's my offer, and monetizing that relationship. It is a process. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to build the list, capture the lead. You want to bond with that list by providing consistent, valuable content. Now, that's a challenge for most marketers, because even if they have someone, or even if they have a list, many marketers don't know how do you develop valuable content that you can share. Again, one of the reasons we do these live webinars is we record them. And then normally within a day or two, all right, many times on Friday, if not by Friday, at least by the first of the week, we send out an email. We send out our, what's that system called? Can't think of it. In any event, all right, we send out the recording, and the purpose of that is for us to bring value to our audience, but then for you to be able to bring value to your audience as well, in the event that you don't have a lot of value to bring just yet. All right. Now, the tool and resource that we use every single day, when someone opts into your system, every single day, the system is going to send them a valuable training. Now, it's not going to necessarily be about your business. It's going to be generic. Okay. But it's going to be valuable. It may put a smile on their face. That's valuable. It may be, hey, let's take a mental vacation break, and you go on a little quick excursion. That's valuable. It could be a little bit about maybe a little financial training, a 3, 4, 5 minute video on financial training or what have you, which is valuable. And what that does is it starts to condition your lead to hearing from you on a daily basis with something that's valuable. And now, when you send out something that's more promotional, more specific to your offer, they're more likely to pay attention because you've been leading with value. People do business with people they liked, they respect, and they trust. And we want to have this system, have this automated, so that when a person opts in immediately, there's a system that starts to go to work on your behalf, because maybe you're asleep. Maybe you're at work. Maybe you're on vacation. Someone opts in, then immediately the system goes to work on your behalf to start developing a bond with this lead. So let me give you a good example. All right. So there was a marketer. Her name is Cynthia. She likes to go by Cindy. And she's marketing a nutritional business. Now, in times past, I would have come to Cindy and say, hey, take a look at my offer. Well, she's in nutrition. I'm promoting my network marketing offer is in a totally different niche. So it could have been a situation where, hey, come take a look at my offer. And she's like, but I love what I'm doing. I have an intimate relationship with this product. It's helped me. It's helped my mom. It's helped my dad. It's helped my whatever. I like the management team. I like the compensation. And so if I led in with my offer first, then chances are we don't do business. I don't lead in with my offer. I say, hey, Cynthia, what is it that you're promoting? I can help you get more leads, help you get more sales, help you get more recruits. Find out how I can do that. Opt in here. She opts in. My system immediately starts to go to work and starts building a relationship with her. She even starts to communicate. She thinks She's talking directly to me via text, when really she was responding to some automated text messages that our system sent out. If you got our system, your system would send out the same automated text messages. Now, I'm able to go in and send messages directly to her. But what I love about this tool, this resource, is it gets the relationship started. And so ultimately, Cynthia, all right, by the way, this is what Cynthia is promoting, okay? So she's promoting a company called Basic Reset. And it's a nutritional electrolyte organic plant nutrients. That is so far different than what I'm promoting network marketing wise. I mean, it's two completely different spectrums. So if I went at her trying to get her to join me in my deal, chances are I don't monetize that relationship because I don't know when she joined this. I don't know how committed she is. Maybe she just joined. She just made an investment. She just started promoting it. She doesn't want to stop promoting this if she just started and just made an investment and what have you, because that would then be saying that what the decision she made was a wrong decision. And subconsciously, she doesn't want to say that, especially we dudes. Especially we dudes, subconsciously, we don't want to admit that we're wrong. And for me or for Cynthia to say, okay, I'm not going to promote this, I'm going to promote what you're promoting, Doc, would be subconsciously saying she was wrong. She doesn't want to be wrong. But if I can go to Cynthia and say, hey, look, okay, cool, you're promoting Basic Reset, good. Hey, I can show you how to get more leads and how to get more sales and how to get more recruits for your Basic Reset business. Now we engender cooperation versus friction, and Cindy opted into my system, my generic lead generation system. She opted in. Now I have her as a lead. I may not have gotten her to opt in promoting my offer up front. Then Cynthia got the system. She saw the value in the system. She got the system. Well, I was now able to monetize that relationship because this system pays 4 ways. And if Cynthia never comes into my network marketing company, but she uses the system, and Paul uses the system, and Darla uses the system, and Harry uses the system at my referral, I can generate some really good income, a 6, perhaps even a 7-figure income, even if they never join my primary business. But here's the thing. The moment she got the system was ready to work for her. So she gets the system. The very next day, she has someone who opts into her system. Now, I don't know if Ethel is in the same network marketing opportunity that Cynthia or Cindy is in or not. I don't know. All right. What I do know is that Ethel is in network marketing. All right. Maybe a different niche. And Ethel got into Cindy's system, and Cindy's system immediately started to communicate with Ethel just like my system communicated with Cindy. And ultimately, after not that long of Ethel being in Cindy's system, Ethel got the same tool or resource. That generated revenue for Cindy, even if Ethel never joined Cindy's business. And because of the way this model works, it's a 2-tier affiliate model. Because Ethel got the system from Cindy and Cindy got the system from me. When Ethel got the system from Cindy, cha-ching for Cindy. When Ethel got the system from Cindy, cha-ching for yours truly. So if Cindy never joins my network marketing offer, cha-ching. If Ethel never joins Cindy's network marketing offer, if Ethel never joins my network marketing offer, cha-ching. But let me tell you what could happen. All right? I want to put this on our whiteboard. We're going to be rounding third in just a few moments and going to optional Q&A. Let me tell you what could happen, okay? And I didn't get this when I first saw it, all right? I'm hard-headed. I didn't get it when I first saw it. I saw this first back in 2001. In 2001, I went to a network marketing event, and that particular event, there were a number of network marketers from different companies, but it was really being sponsored by some top leaders in a specific company. And I met a gentleman there who was in the same company, promoting the same company I was promoting. We would cross line to each other. All right, I wasn't in his organization, he wasn't in mine. Okay, at that time, I started having my very first successful experience in network marketing from a team building standpoint. All right, and so in about 9 months' time, we had built a small team of about 500 folks. And I said small team. I shouldn't say that because for some people that would be huge. All right, but we had about 500 folks on our team. And I met a gentleman there who had been in that business for about 6 months. And he had a team of just over 1,000 folks. So what was my question? How'd you do that? How'd you do that? All right, and he told me that he was building on the internet. Now, you got to remember, 2001, the internet was still pretty fresh. And so he invited me to a weekly generic webinar. And so I came onto these webinars. I knew nothing about the internet or what have you. And he would show some things and he would talk about some tools. That's where I first heard about an autoresponder. I had never heard of what an autoresponder was before that. And so what would happen is he never talked about his network marketing company. We knew he was promoting something. I knew what he was promoting, but he never came on the call or the webinar talking about his network marketing company. Okay. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why he was doing these webinars. And so I got very comfortable because he wasn't talking about, hey, join me. I got very comfortable at inviting some of the folks that were on my team to that webinar because I was bringing value. Even though I wasn't the one doing the webinar, I was bringing value. Okay. So then some months go down the road, and that company, as many companies in our industry, started having some rocky times. There were 3 owners of the company. 2 of them were brothers. One of them was, not blood family. And the one that was not blood decided that he wanted to start his own company. Okay. And I got mixed up in the crosshairs, not knowing what the heck was going on. And all of a sudden, the company that we were promoting that had the 2 brothers, they just shut off my account. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. They said I was cross recruiting. I didn't know what the heck was going on. I was so green at that time. I didn't know how this stuff worked. All right, so now all of a sudden, I've got a team of 500 folks. The company has shut me off, so I'm ticked off at that company. All right, what did I do? My buddy also thinks he decided to leave that company and he started promoting something else. What did I do? I went to this guy who brought me value. And I said, hey, what are you doing now? Why? Because he had brought me value. Now something had disturbed my business. When I first met him, I was happy. We were making some money. I was seeing my first major successes in terms of growing a team into the hundreds. First time I had grown a team into the hundreds before. All right. Now something happened and I come back to the guy who had brought me such value. Hey, what are you doing? He told me what he was doing. He didn't have to make a pitch. It really wasn't even about me joining the new company. It was about me joining him because I knew, man, if he would bring this value to me and he hadn't made a dime in this relationship yet, how much more would he provide value to me if I was on his team? And not only did I join, guess who joined with him? A percentage of my team. He understood that he was building a business. He was building a business. He laid the foundation by providing value, not knowing when I would join, but knowing that if he continued to provide value, that ultimately the universe would smile down upon him, because you can't give and not get, because that's just a universal law. Now, I wish I had gotten that back then and had gone generic back then. One of the reasons we didn't go generic back then is because we really hadn't found something that if a person didn't join me in the business, we could make some really good money, even if we just led in with a tool or a resource. Now, since then, there's some systems out there. There's some other tools and resources beyond what we are sharing, where you might be able to pick up some affiliate commissions. But this system we're talking about allows you to ultimately, potentially, maybe, perhaps, all my disclaimers, develop a 6 or 7 figure income, even if they never join your network marketing offer. But let me tell you what is more likely to happen, okay? All right, so I just shared with you Cindy. All right, so Cindy was in a totally different network marketing company than I'm in, totally different niche. In most cases, I wouldn't have been able to monetize that relationship, but because I'm now lead in with, hey, let me help you get more leads and more sales and more recruits, Cindy gets the tool that provides for yours truly a cha-ching. Cindy now shares that same tool with at least one other marketer, and I don't know how many other folks maybe have gotten the system from her now, all right? And that provides a cha-ching for Cindy, and also a cha-ching for yours truly. And that's not just an upfront cha-ching. There is residual cha-ching. And how about this? Every time Cindy's system sends out a text, every time Ethel, who aligned with Cindy, every time Ethel's system sends out a text to their leads, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. When Ethel's system sends out a text to her leads, Cindy gets a cha-ching, yours truly gets a cha-ching. Just from our SMS text messaging income, which is exclusive to this system, you could ultimately develop a 6 or 7 figure income. Just from the SMS text messaging income. I won't go into any detail about that. If you've never gone through our system, you can take our tour, and the tour will reveal all of the details or what have you, okay? So let me tell you what also happened very recently. Very dear buddy of mine, his name is Jeff. Jeff has an email list of 50,000 plus. Dude has an email list of 50,000 plus. He's got a huge following. He's got a very loyal following because he brings the goods to his audience. Typically what happened with Jeff is if you're a part of his team, he'll have a private Facebook group for his team. He'll provide a tremendous amount of value in that private Facebook group for his team. He'll provide a tremendous amount of value for those in his email list, and I happen to know because I'm in his email list. Now, Jeff is the same guy that shared e-commerce with me back in 2013. Now, Jeff, if you cut him, would bleed e-commerce. He loves that niche. He does very, very well without recruiting anybody in e-commerce, exceptionally well. As a matter of fact, I remember when Jeff's daughter, I think she was 12 or maybe 13 at the time, she was making money because of that particular network marketing company that had training on e-commerce. And so Jeff is extremely loyal. Now, that particular company launched another division, all right, that deals with even more of e-commerce. It also deals with trading platforms and binary options and in Forex. And so those are the two things I know that Jeff promotes. And if you cut him, he bleeds those things. And how do I know this? Jeff and I have done business for years together. Never met him, but I declare he and I have a kindred spirit. All right, never met him offline, that is. I feel like we're brothers. All right, there have been times when I knew things were going on in his family, times that he knew things were going on with my family, and we would have discussions, whether it was Facebook or even over the phone or what have you. Love this guy. Well, I shared with Jeff a particular network marketing offer a couple years ago in a totally different niche, and Jeff respectfully declined. I appreciate it, but I'm doing really well with what I'm doing. I want to stay focused on what I'm doing. I shared with Jeff, at least via email, something that I was promoting just a few months ago. Jeff never got back with me and said, hey, man, I'm joining you. He was focused on this. But now Jeff hears, hey, I've gone generic, dude. And so, hey, we've got a system that's going to help people get more leads, more sales, more recruits. Now, does he have a ton of leads? He's got 50,000 folks plus in his email list. That is a heck of an email list, okay? But he was thinking about his folks, because not all of his folks have a 50,000 person email list. And so when he took our tour, and he said, man, this is kick butt. I'm going to start sharing this with my audience. So guess what? Jeff gets the system. He didn't join me in my last few network marketing opportunities because he was committed to the network marketing opportunities he was promoting. He was making really good money. I understand that. Got a 50,000 person list. But guess what? When I went generic, cha-ching. And already Jeff did the same thing. He sent out an email to his list. He said, hey, this is an amazing tool. If you want to hear about it, hit me on Facebook. Ask me to join my new Facebook group. So, I went and I joined the Facebook group also. And guess what I'm seeing? I'm seeing Jeff posting, about the tool. And he's got people liking it. He's got people now going through the system and getting the system and what have you. He may never join me in my network marketing opportunity. He loves his network marketing opportunity. But because we can go generic, we can still leverage that relationship and monetize that relationship. And heaven forbid, if he ever decided he wanted to diversify with another network marketing offer, it could be, maybe, don't know that it'll happen. Maybe he comes back to me because we're providing value. What if that happened? Don't know that it will. What if that happened? Don't know that it will. What if that happened and he did say, hey, dude, what are you promoting? And I said, okay, well, here's what I'm promoting. Now he finds out about the offer after I brought him value. If he decided to promote it, he may not. If he decided to promote it, guess what? He could go to a list of 50,000 folks. He didn't join me with my specific offers that I led with, but he got the tool for me. I don't know that he'll ever join me in network marketing with another network marketing offer, but if he does, look at the potential. Another buddy of mine just got the tool today, all right? Another buddy of mine, Troy, he's got several thousands in his email list. Now, it's interesting because Troy and I, we've done business together again, and we were, earlier this year, we were actually starting to build out this system from a generic standpoint. And he's like, keep me abreast. Once it launches, I want to know about it because he has a couple of offers that he wanted to use the system to promote. And then we went away from the generic approach for a minute, okay? And there was a specific offer that we started to promote with our marketing system, with our mobile marketing system. And Troy said, not interested. I thought you were going to be generic, not interested. I was looking for something that would help me to promote, what my offers happen to be. And since that's not the direction of your system right now, not interested, okay? Well, the deal that we were promoting with our marketing system basically died on the vine. It didn't do what it said it was going to do. And we went back and we said, you know what? Let's go do what we intended to do to start with and lead in with generic. Troy found out we were leading with generic. I hit him on Facebook. Hey, Troy, we're leading in with generic. All right. He takes our tour. Today, he gets the tool. He already has a team of thousands of folks in his email list. And so now he can go to those folks as well as start to do some other promotional efforts and what have you. My point is, ladies and gentlemen, you want to lead with generic. Once again, Troy hasn't asked me about my network marketing opportunity, and he may not. But now that I have him in my list and I give him some value, I can always say, hey, Troy, check out what I'm doing. Or maybe he comes back to me. And maybe the timing's not right now because he likes what he's doing. But what happens if his deal goes south or it didn't work the way they said it was going to work? Just like my deal went south. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I was promoting a deal for 6 months. We had over 30,000 folks on our team. It was a pre-launch opportunity. All right, 30,000 folks on our team. The deal goes south. If I don't have people in my list, deal goes south, I got to start all over. That's not what you want to have happen. Oh, I'm past my time. All right, so let's start to round third here, okay? So here's the remedy. Lead in with a generic tool or resource, capture the lead, provide value, make sure that you have an automated process that does that so that anyone that gets the same tool or resource from you immediately, they have an automated system that works for them. And now they can start getting leads into that system as well, and the system starts providing value. And some of their folks will wind up getting the system. You'll get cha-ching, you'll make money, all right, even if they're not in your network marketing opportunity. And now as you massage that relationship with them and you start developing a relationship with them, now you can start sharing what your offer happens to be, and they're more likely to join you in that offer if they're going to join it, as opposed to, they might still go to YouTube and research it, but they're more likely to join you because there's now a relationship, a bond that's forming with you and that person. So let's start to round third, okay? So here's what we want to offer to you for those of you that have not yet employed our system. We want to offer a generic mobile marketing system that allows you to appeal to the larger marketing universe because it's generic, all right? And you can talk about what your offer is on the back end, but lead in with something that's generic. It allows you to build the most responsive of all lists, which is an SMS text messaging list. When I send an email out to my email list, I'm typically going to get about a 5 or so percent open rate. So if I send out an email to 10,000 folks, I'm going to get about 500 folks that open it up. Now, there's some lists that are more responsive in my email list than others, okay? Some not as responsive. What we know about SMS text messaging is that 90% of the folks will at least look at the text message that's sent them. So you can get more eyeballs on your messaging with fewer people in your list. You don't have to have 50,000 folks in your SMS text messaging list to still generate a significant income, because a larger percentage, a much higher percentage, about 90% of people that will get your text message will at least look at it. Doesn't mean that they clicked on the link, doesn't mean they joined, but at least they look at it. And our system, unless they choose to opt out, our system sends them a valuable text message a day with some valuable content designed to put a smile on their face, designed to give them an aha moment, designed to keep you in their face in a non-intrusive way, okay? I don't have time to talk about how our system allows you to purchase mobile opt-in leads. So when we say our system will get you more leads, one of the things that we know is that if you use our system and you know nothing about lead generation, you don't know anything about YouTube marketing, you don't know anything about Facebook paid marketing or anything like that, you can come to our system and you can actually buy not traffic to just look at your site, but actual people opting in with a cell phone number that they then have to confirm, so you get a verified mobile opt-in. None of this put an email address that's not really yours stuff. That doesn't work with our system. You can't fool our system, okay? You can promote your current and then other future offers that you will have, because now you have people in the list. So if you change course or you add something that you didn't have before, you've got a list, preferably a more responsive list that you can now start to share your offers with. And again, it pays 4 different ways. There's 2, one in particular, that one way in time could be a 6 or 7 figure income. Imagine amassing users that get this system at your referral, people that get the system from your referrals, okay? All right, and every time there is a text message sent from their systems, cha-ching for you. Just think about that. Think about that. In time, the people that you've referred and the people that they've referred have lists collectively of 10,000 and 50,000 and 100,000, and every day there's at least one message going out to everyone in their list, and you're making a little piece of change every time that happens. That alone, ladies and gentlemen, could be a 6 or 7 figure income, which is why I no longer have to lead with my network marketing company, because I know I could develop a 7-figure income by simply using a tool and speaking about a tool that everyone that's in marketing could certainly use and help them get more leads, get more sales, get more recruits. And the byproduct of that will be I will have plenty of folks that will come to me saying, hey, what are you doing? And likewise, I'll have plenty of folks that if I send them a text message to say, hey, here's what I'm promoting, don't know, it may fit for you, may not, but hey, check this out. And I can send them to a webinar. I can send them to a sales page or what have you, but I'm not doing it prematurely. All right, so now, ladies and gentlemen, we have finished our content for tonight. We're going to go into an optional Q&A. This is what you're going to want to do. All right, whether you're here live or whether you're watching this by recording, somebody got you to tonight's webinar. Somebody got you here, all right? You need to retrace your steps. Did they send you a Facebook? Did they send you an email? Did they send you a Skype? That person who got you here likely has our system, all right? And if you notice, I didn't even mention the name of our system until we had brought value, an hour and a half worth of value. You want to retrace your steps, get back with that person, and say, hey, I want to take a tour. They're going to send you a link. You're going to opt in, all right? They're going to send you a link, one. There's going to be a 2-minute video. You're going to watch that on the front end. Then you're going to opt in with your name and your cell phone number. System's then going to send you a PIN code. You'll enter in that PIN code, and then the system will allow you to start taking, go through the first module of the tour. That's very important because anytime you get a lead from the system, you know that's a real person with a real cell phone number. That first module is going to be, I think, about 12 minutes in length. It's going to bring the goods. At the end of that, there's going to be what we call a tripwire offer. Don't have time to talk about what a tripwire offer is. The video, the training will tell you what a tripwire offer is and why you want to incorporate a tripwire offer in your business. It's a huge deal. Don't have time to talk about it. The training module will share that with you. Take advantage of that tripwire offer. And once you do that, you'll be able to then open up the entire tour. The entire tour is going to show you how our system helps you get more leads, more sales, more recruits. It's also going to show you how you monetize those leads, how you monetize those that even though they may not join your network marketing company, how you could develop a 6, perhaps even a 7-figure business. All right. So go on, get back with that person, get the link, watch the 2-minute video, opt in, watch the 12-minute training, go through the tripwire offer so you can go through the remainder of the tour to see how our system will help you get more leads, get more sales, and get more recruits. With that being said, we have finished our content for this evening. What we're going to do is we're going to have about, we'll call it 15 minutes of question and answer. So, Queen, I'm going to ask you to come on. If you have questions, you can go on and post those now. Now, I will tell you that we all sign a non-disclosure that have our system. So if you have questions of pricing and things of that nature, we actually can't disclose that without violating our non-disclosure. Once you go through the tour, everything about pricing will be disclosed to you. So no need to even put that into your questions box because of the NDA, the non-disclosure agreement. So go on and put your questions in. We're going to address as many questions as we possibly can without violating our non-disclosure agreement. And Queen, when you ask me the questions, will you remind me for our recorded audience to repeat the question that's being asked so that when we answer it, people will know what we're answering? Queen, are you still with me? Okay, good. Okay. All right. So the question is, what type of marketing do I find most productive? Give me just a moment. All right. So what kind of marketing do I find most productive? Now, I'm assuming you're talking about as it relates to people actually getting the system, because what I'm doing in my business is I'm leading in with the system. All right. Getting marketers to take the tour. A percentage of those marketers are going to wind up getting the system, developing that relationship, and then on the back end, I can always talk about my network marketing offer. There's the things that are working the best right now. All right, number one, from a paid marketing approach. From a paid marketing approach, we have an internal lead generation system. And what happens is you go and you actually purchase opt-ins. So I'm not purchasing traffic from the standpoint of going to a solo ad provider and saying, hey, I want to get 500 people looking at my site, and a percentage of those are going to opt in, and you don't really know how many opt-ins you're going to get. I'm going to our system and I'm saying, I want to buy verified mobile opt-ins. These are people that get a promotional text from the system. There might be other funnels that the engine that powers our system powers a few other marketing engines. And what happens is when people opt into those other marketing engines, they are part of a database. The system will send out a promotional text, typically about once a week. And if one of those folks that opted into some other funnel sees the promotional text and they click on the link and they opt in to find out what my offer is all about, I just got an opt-in. All right, I can purchase those. Now, like with any paid strategy, you're going to have some campaigns that do better than expected. You're going to have some that do less than expected. Overall is what you're looking for. So I can tell you, for instance, the first time I did this, I'm not saying this is going to happen for you. The first time I purchased some opt-ins, I think I got four sales, 4 people that actually got the system, which was like 4 times, just from my upfront income, that was about 4 times what it cost me to purchase the opt-ins in the first place. Okay, so from a paid marketing approach, that's what's working the best. We've tested a few things like certain traffic generation agencies, and some of those did okay, some of them didn't. Solo ads, some of those did okay, some of those didn't. We've got some other things that we're testing now. I'm not going to share that until we've had some really good test results. So anybody that comes into the system now, if they're doing paid marketing, I'm saying, hey, go to the system and purchase some opt-ins. Those are having the best conversions. Now, the other thing that we're teaching, when someone comes into our system, we have another webinar series that's only for those that are in our system. We do this on Tuesday nights. And one of the things we've been teaching over the past couple of Tuesdays is an organic approach. Organic simply meaning it's not costing you money, it's costing you time. It's a sweat equity approach. I don't like to say free traffic or free leads, because even if it doesn't cost me money, if it costs me time, I don't view that as being free. So I'm going to refer to it as an organic approach. And so one of the things that we're teaching our audience, that we are seeing tremendous, what's the word? What's the word, Queen? Success. There we go. All right, well, I'll use that one, okay? We're saying, yeah, there we go. That's the word. Results is from an organic approach, and here's the short of it. In the organic approach, we're using Facebook. You can use other mediums, LinkedIn, what have you, but we're using Facebook. We are connecting with other marketers and simply letting them know we can help them get more leads, more sales, and more recruits. And so we're teaching our audience exactly what I do when I go to Facebook. Okay, so I'll give you a good example. Um, this person, right here, all right, I connected with him. I posted something on Facebook. Like for instance, all right. So we're sending out this. We're recording this webinar. So what I will always do on my Facebook page, I'm not even talking about doing paid marketing yet with Facebook. On my Facebook page, what I'll do is once this video is ready to go, once this recording is ready to go, I'll make a post on my normal page. All right, and I'll get some people liking it, and then I'll get some people. I'll say, hey, if you want to get a copy of the webinar. All right. Last night we discussed the biggest marketing mistakes that marketers make. If you want to get a copy of the webinar, inbox me with biggest mistake. All right. And so, Queen, I'll get a percentage of people that are friends of ours that will inbox me and say biggest mistake. I'll send them out the recording. Okay. And then the recording's going to have a call to action. The other thing that I'll do is I'll say, hey, what are you promoting, by the way? And how are you promoting what you're promoting? How about you send me what you're promoting so I can see how you're marketing, and I'll give you a tip or two if I see there's something that you can better promote your business with. So this guy sends me his information. All right, I opted in. I see this, and I'm like, oh, no. Because, see, I know this guy. This guy is a great guy, but the guy who sent me the information is not a big marketer yet. So I already know that if he sends other people to this, that a percentage of his folks are going to go and check out this Robert dude. So I just sent him a little tip. And by the way, we have a copy-paste approach that we teach our folks, how to provide value so that people say, yeah, okay, I want to take your tour. So the combination of a paid marketing approach, going directly to the system, and an organic approach that we're teaching our audience. And there'll be other approaches, but these are the things that are having the best results. Okay. Next question, Queen. Okay, so all right, let me try to repeat this. Okay. 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 So someone comes across a specific offer. Okay, we don't know. Someone comes across the generic offer. So I'm assuming the mobile marketing system. Somebody comes across a mobile marketing system where people can get more leads, more sales, more recruits. Okay, they come across that system, and then what, Queen? Okay. 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 All right. So someone comes across the generic offer, which is the tool or the resource. Okay, and let's say that they opt in. All right, because let's say they opt in. All right, and now they opt into your generic system. They've seen the generic system before. Maybe they haven't opted in. They see yours. They opt in. Then they find out that you are actually promoting a specific offer on the back end, maybe a specific offer that they weren't interested in. Is that basically the gist of what you think they're asking? Okay, all right, okay, all right. So let me just repeat this for our recorded audience. So someone sees our generic system, okay, and maybe they don't opt in. They just see it. They don't pay any attention to it. Then they ultimately opt in. They see your system. Maybe you invited them to a webinar, or you provided them a recording, and they say, well, let me take a look at it. And they, oh, yeah, I've seen that before. And now they opt into your system. Now, once they opt into your system, you are promoting some back-end offer that they are not interested in. They don't want it right now, not the same niche, not the niche for them, or what have you. Okay. They don't want it now. But you, in this example, you've got the lead. And that's more important than the individual offer. So Jeff has 50,000 email leads. He can at will, he can talk to them about anything he wants to talk to them about. That's more valuable than the specific offer, the specific network marketing company he's promoting. If, heaven forbid, the specific network marketing company that he's promoting goes away tomorrow, he's got 50,000 folks. Not all of them are going to open up his email, but a percentage will. And he can say, hey, this is what I'm doing now, and a percentage of those are going to do business with him. So he stays in business. This is what you want. You want the lead. And it could be that they're not interested in that other offer because nobody has brought value to them. And now as you bring value, because the system brings value to them, down the road, they may very well become a part of your network marketing company. But if they never do, you still could potentially monetize that, especially if they get the system from you. And that's what I wanted you to get, is that Cindy is not in my network marketing company, but I'm able to monetize that relationship. Jeff is not in my network marketing company, but I'm able to monetize that relationship. Troy is not in my network marketing company, but I'm able to monetize that relationship. And maybe perhaps down the road, Jeff does become a part of my network marketing company. If that happens, don't know that it will. He already has 50,000 folks he can go to in his email list, not to mention his Facebook, not to mention now he's growing his own a text list. Troy has several thousands of folks in his email list. He can go to them, and he'll start growing his SMS text list, so on and so forth. So I want you to get, it's not about the individual offer. Individual offers are important. You want to have something to offer, yes. It's about you building a responsive list. That's what's most important. Now, let me give you something else here, all right, that makes our system so unique and so special. And this levels the playing field for my Joe and Tuesday averages. So let's say that you have someone that opts into your system. They take your tour, okay? They put their name, they put their cell phone number in, they take the tour. Right now, the message doesn't resonate with them. They don't get it. They're still about promoting the offer and not having a tool or a resource or what have you, all right? They don't get the system from you right now, okay? A few months goes down the road, and now all of a sudden, the name of our system is starting to hit the marketplace. People are starting to hear about it. People are doing YouTubes about it. People are going on Google. People are doing paid marketing, so on and so forth. All right? Now, you got the lead first. They opted into your system. They opted into your system. Did not get the tool. Now, 3 months from now, they hear about it from someone else, or they see it on YouTube, or they see it on Google, and they go in with the same name, with the same cell phone number. They go through the tour, and they get the system. Now, who gets credit for that sale, Queen? Is it the person who originally got them to opt in? We call that keep what you capture. And the reason that's in place is so that Joe Average and Sue Average have a shot. So I could be all over YouTube talking about this system, but if you got them to opt into your system first, and then they see my YouTube video, and my YouTube video resonates with them, and they like this dude, and then they go and they click on the link, and they go in and they opt in, guess what? The system has already locked them into you, and when they go and get the system, they're getting it from you. So what's the moral of that story, Queen? You want to get the system now, okay? And you want to start getting people opting into your system now, because when, this system just launched. Now, it's been in development for over 3 years, all right? But we just launched this system, when was it, Queen? 6 weeks ago? Mid-November, right around Thanksgiving, right before Thanksgiving, something like that, okay? So right now, we've got a growing community, but it's nothing like what's going to happen 3 months from now or 6 months from now or a year from now. So you want to get the system, start getting people opting into the system so they're locked into you, so that when they do get the system, they're getting it from you. Next question. Yeah, you're not leading if you follow what we're doing, and what we're doing is successful. Okay, I never would have gotten Jeff. At least I hadn't gotten Jeff in the last 3 years to join a network marketing company with me. I think he joined something because he got a free position, but he didn't build it. Okay, all right. Troy had already told me that his only interest, he's got his offers that he wants to promote, and if the system wasn't generic, he wasn't interested. So when the system became generic, now all of a sudden he's interested. All right. Cindy, I don't know what Cindy would have done, but she's in nutrition. I'm not in nutrition in terms of my network marketing company. Here's what I want you to get. Your true business is not your offer. Your true business is you and your following, which means you have to start developing a responsive list. So Queen, we're promoting a specific offer. It comes across our desk in June, okay? It's in pre-launch. It looked like if they've pulled this thing off, oh my gosh, this might be the biggest thing we've seen at least in a few years, okay? We started doing 2 live webinars a week promoting that offer. We started doing, training webinars, so on and so forth, sending out. We amassed a large list of folks, all right? Then the offer let us down. It completely let us down. It started to morph into something that we weren't told it was going to morph into. However, during that time of promoting it, we were building a responsive list related to that particular offer. When that offer let us down, we sent out an email. We said, hey, we're going to do a webinar, let you know what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, we can no longer in good conscience promote this particular offer because they're not doing what they said they were going to do. We'll keep an eye on it, all right, but we can't continue to promote the offer. Now, we told this list, hey, we're not going to send out our personal referral links to other things to this list, and we've held to that, Queen. But what we were doing is we were building a responsive list. We developed a list of multiple thousands of folks that we did not have on our list before that were following us in that offer. When that offer started going south, we communicated with that list, and a percentage of those folks have now gotten the tool. All right? Didn't all come from my personal referral link because I never sent out my personal referral link to that specific list. But we said, hey, get back to the person that referred you to our following. If they have this system, get the system from them. And we took a situation that turned south that most marketers went away with in disappointment, and we were able to convert it because we understood that our business is the following. It's not the offer, because offers come and go. Offers come and go, okay? So your focus is on building a list. You want to increase your pool of prospects, which is why you want to go generic, okay? When people now opt into your list starts, our system starts to communicate valuable information to them. We then queen those that get our tool. Um, uh, what we'll do tomorrow or sometime this weekend or what have you. We'll post this webinar recording to those folks. We'll give them a sample swipe of what you could text someone, or you can email someone, or you can put on Facebook, so that people will start asking you for the recording. And then the recording gives them value. Notice I still haven't said my name, Queen. You notice that? No, that's why. Queen hasn't said her name. I refer to her as Queen. What the heck does that mean? If you don't know her, you don't know. She refers to me as Doc. What the heck does that mean? If you don't know me, you don't know. And so if someone sees this on a recorded basis, they got to get back to the person that sent them this, or they don't know. And that's all by design. Focus on building a responsive list. Any more, Queen, or are we finished? Okay. If you don't have the system, and Jim, you know how to get in touch with me. I know that we've been communicating back and forth. All right. Retrace your steps. I don't want to give out a link on the webinar, because you very well, if you didn't come here because of me, you came here because of somebody else. And I want you to take their tour. Okay. So retrace your steps. How did you find out about the webinar? How did you get on the webinar? Someone Facebooked you, someone emailed you, someone Skyped you, someone did something to get you here to this webinar. If you're watching this by a recorded basis, who sent you this recording? Who sent you this recorded webinar? Retrace those steps and say, hey, send me your tour link so I can take the tour. When you get the link, you're going to, one, watch the 2-minute sizzle video. 2, you're going to opt in with your name and cell phone number. 3, once you've done that, the system is going to send you a PIN code. You're going to enter that PIN code into the system, and that will then open up the first part of the tour. That's going to be about a 12-minute valuable training session to help you better understand, again, why our focus needs to be on a responsive list as opposed to just the offer, because offers come and go. At the end of that 12 minutes, you're going to be introduced to a tripwire offer. The system will tell you what a tripwire offer is, why it's so important that you incorporate a tripwire offer into your funnel, all right, so that you can really see who your hottest prospects happen to be. You take advantage of that tripwire offer, and once you do that, that's going to open up the second part of the tour, and that's where you're going to find out more about our system, how it works, how it helps you to build a responsive list, and then how you make money with our system. The reason I'm not even concerned, Queen, about promoting my network marketing offer is I know I can develop 7 figures just with the tool or resource. My network marketing company will grow as a byproduct of me going to the marketplace, being generic, getting more people into the system because I am generic and I'm not fighting them. I'm not saying my daddy can beat your daddy. I'm not saying my deal is better than your deal. I'm saying, hey, oh, you're promoting this. Oh, cool. You're promoting that? Oh, wow. Fantastic. Hey, I can help you get more leads, more sales, more recruits. Nobody says no to that, Queen. Nobody says no to that. No, I don't want more sales. No, I don't want more recruits. No, I don't want more leads. Nobody says no to that. So you get more opt-ins. You start building more relationships. Some of those opt-ins get the system, cha-ching, you make money. They start building their own list. They start texting on a daily basis. The system is sending out text messages, cha-ching, you're making more money. And then a percentage of those are going to be open to the rest of your marketing message in time. Okay? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we are going to close out because of time. We love each and every one of you. Have a happy Thanksgiving. have a happy New Year. Okay. Our next webinar will be in 2017. We're here every Thursday night. All right, so we'll have more generic content for you on next Thursday night. You can invite guests to that webinar. For those of you that already have this tool with us, we'll be on with you on this coming Tuesday for some value-added training this coming Tuesday. We know a lot of people travel during this time of year, and a lot of people maybe go to parties and things of that nature. Please, please, please be careful. Of course, there's folks out there that kind of get inebriated and what have you. So be careful in your travels. Have fun, enjoy yourself. Just get back home safely with your loved ones. We love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. Have a restastic remainder of your evening. Good night, everyone. Thanks, Queen.